What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Valhalla, where apparently Alma is going to ask us questiones. Alright, now it's my turn to ask questions. About what? What kind of family is your family? Well, I'm an only child. My mom and my dad split amicably. Dude, you're an only child? You're living the dream! You don't have to share resources with like a bunch of other kids? Aw, man. Only kids got it going on. My mom is a violinist, so she was always away from home with the orchestra, and I spent most of my time with my dad, my aunt, and my grandpa. Aside from that, I'd say my childhood is quite uneventful. Seriously, an only child will never know the pain of fighting over the last bowl of Lucky Charms. Like, if there's like one bowl of Lucky Charms left in the box, and you have siblings, it is a fight to the death for that Lucky Charms. Luckily, I was bigger and older than everybody else, so routinely I won unless they were sneak thieves and came down at like 5 a.m., ate it, then went back to bed. And then you'd just be like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you!" But anyways, growing up with siblings is fun. Huh. Didn't you get something like your mom's artistic vein or something like that? I played the violin until I was around 16, I think. And what made you stop? I don't know. I just kind of said, that's it, one day, and then I stopped. What about cousins or the rest of your family? I actually see very little of them. Mainly because my dad moved away from most of them. Most of my mom's family live in France to boot. So your mom's French. Yep. Can you speak French? I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to try. Oh, what does that mean? Rubbish? I don't know. I can't speak French. See? I did try though, but college started and I just stopped taking classes. Funny thing, I actually have a cousin from my mom's side that lives close by. But you'll be hard-pressed to make me spot him in a crowd. Kinda lucky, you know. All your mom's side of the family lives here. The chances of me meeting somebody I'm related to on the street are like ridiculously high. But yeah, that's the primer on my family. Nothing too interesting, sadly. Your mom's a French violinist and you call that uninteresting? I'm wondering if your family has ever made a fuss about you being a hacker. Hacker makes it sound too exotic. It's like if I called you a mixologist. I'm an artisanal alcohol server. Please don't ever. It sounds like something somebody would say to make bartenders sound sophisticated. Artisanal drink dispenser? See? I mean, hacker is a good way to summarize it, but it's not the best. I'm a security consultant. People want to find flaws in the security of their systems, and I do my best to pinpoint where it breaks. My great uncle does that. Companies hire him, like corporations hire him to come in and hack their system. Like, that's his job, is like, they're like, hey, hack our network and mess with shit, and then tell us how you got in, and then fix those. It's a pretty cool job. Be it Glitch City or anywhere else in the world, they need security, and I'm their woman. You've told quite a few stories about cracking into databases to retrieve info like some sort of mercenary, though. That doesn't change the fact that hacker is not the best term to use. Makes the whole thing sound illegal when it's actually an honest job. Didn't you tell me you once secured some incriminating pics from a guy's cell phone? A mostly honest job. Jeez. What made you become a hacker, by the way? I've always been a sucker for puzzles. Even as a kid, I always had a Sudoku or crossword with me. But at some point, they started feeling kind of samey. So when I started college, I took a course on system security. It felt like the kind of puzzle that I was looking for. I mean, there are all kinds of things involved in breaching net security. You need to attack the stuff from different angles. And it's something that's always evolving. The whole point of everything is to strengthen security. Every time you think you've got the gist of it, they change everything around. So it's kind of like an always evolving puzzle. A puzzle I help make harder at that. Huh, I didn't think about it that way. It's less actiony than what movies make it up to be, though. No real-time frantic typing, nothing like that. Still, seeing my code break through something, it's an amazing feeling. You have anything else? Give me something non-alcoholic. I want to play it safe with the whole absinthe thing. How does the boss's hair stay like that? Something sobering. I mean, I guess I'll start from the beginning. I don't know if soft means like soft drink. I know there's something in here that has sobering as part of its description. Yeah, crevice spike. It'll knock the drunkenness out of you or knock you cold. I don't know if that's what we want, though. I mean, that one says that it's sobering. This one's got optional Karmatrine in it. And so... Or was it Flannerguide that was... I can't remember if it was Flannerguide that had the alcohol in it, or if it was Flanner Guide or Karmatrine? I can't recall. I figure we go with something with optional Karmatrine, but I don't know. Was it the Flanner Guide? It might have been the Flanner Guide. Let me see if there's anything with no Flanner Guide. That one's got no Flanner Guide. No, that's definitely alcoholic. People always want that. Alright, we'll go with the optional Karmatrine then. So we'll go 4 Adelaide, a Flanner Guide, and then we'll age it and we'll mix it. Here. I hope you haven't spiced this one. Alma, please. Say, Jill, what's the worst that could happen if you don't get your drinks right? Well, people have the right to not give me money. If they don't pay for it, I don't get my bonus. No bonus means less money and no tips, which doesn't help because I have to pay bills. Ah, I see. Do you have to make an effort to pay your bills? Nope. You have no idea how much I hate you right now. Well, my job pays pretty well, and I'm not the kind to spend too much on things other than food and bills. Maybe maintenance on my hands and new equipment, but aside from that... Oh, I know. If you have trouble with your bills, why not live with me? See, I would say that I'm like that, where I save my money and don't spend it on anything, but I just bought a giant wizard hat yesterday. And so I feel like anybody with access to my Amazon account will be like, wow, there are a lot of frivolous purchases on here. Like, what do you need a Gandalf wizard hat for? Why was that necessary? Why was that a thing that you even thought about ordering? And I'd be like, because I saw somebody on the internet wearing one, and I decided I wanted one right then and there. I mean, sometimes you gotta get a wizard hat. We could be roommates. I don't know. Moving my stuff through the stairs because the elevator's broken, having to move my liquor collection. Never mind the fact that my cat's a shut-in that got very upset the one time I moved some furniture around. The idea of moving just gives me a headache. Oh, you got one of those cats. One of the cats that just like stays under the bed and shakes for like 2 weeks straight after you move. Gotcha. Shouldn't take things so seriously when I say them, you know. I don't, but I've thought about it before, you know. I need some air. I'm gonna take my break. You wanna come? Are you inviting me to the back of the bar? You should invite me to dinner first. Every minute you waste making jokes is time taken away from my break. Alright, fine. Let's go. Boss, I'm taking my break. Call me if anybody comes in. Sure. Oh, now we get our load screen. Gonna chill out and click the little savey thing on our break. Cold, 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 cold. Sure is chilly out there. It's kind of refreshing. The hobo out there seems like a nice guy. Billy Vine? Yeah, he's a cool guy. Really respectful. Apparently got in some legal trouble and that's why he's like that. Really? He could also just be a very nice crackhead, though. I have a cousin that lives like a hobo. Really? Yeah, it's a bit complicated. Problem is his family's tried to get him to live with him, but his pride won't let him accept their help. He'd rather live on the streets for some reason. You can't tell with some people, sadly. Why did he become a hobo in the first place? Bad investments and debts. Bank evicted him from his house. Oh. It's a serious problem because he has epileptic attacks but refuses to take his medication. I just don't get what's up with him. Honey, some service here. I'm here, don't scream. Oh, who? Why were you two hanging out at the back of the bar? What kind of stuff were you doing? Just talking. Isn't that what they call it? Is that what they call it these days? What do you want? Something soft. Something sweet. No alcohol, please. Alright. Wouldn't it be the same if you just grabbed a soda from the vending machine? But I like you! Why do you dislike my presence so much? Sweet and non-alcoholic, you say. The strap of my bra is itching. I don't know about that one. Let's start at the beginning. So she wants sweet with optional Karmatrine. Let's see here. Blue Fairy is sweet with optional Karmatrine, so we can go with that. One Flanner Guide, no Karmatrine in there. Age and then mix. Here, like you asked. See, you don't get this kind of treatment from vending machines, unless you're Lawrence. But he has this weird idea that good service is the same as selling lukewarm cans of cola. Lawrence? Friend of mine. He's a vending machine. Oh. Oh, but how impolite of me. Huh? I'm lovely and my name is Dorothy. Dorothy Hayes, nice to meet you. Oh, I'm Alma. The pleasure's mine. Dorothy, you say? Yep, why? Nothing. I guess I've heard about you before. Really? What kind of stuff? Tell me. Mostly about your, pluckiness. And here I was thinking it was because I'm a sex worker. Well, so much for trying to be subtle. Hey, I take pride in my job, otherwise I wouldn't be doing it. Pun. Isn't it dangerous? I know how to take care of myself, thank you very much. Where do you work, Alma? I'm a hacker. Really? Like a full-fledged hacker? Not the kind that sees a computer log into some account and says that's hacking, right? No, of course not. I've always been curious about how being a hacker works. Do you just start typing really fast while waiting for something to happen? No. I can explain, but I don't know if you'll get it. You won't know until you try, right? Last time I said I had to jam a plastic replica of a halogen light bulb up a grown man's ass. Whenever he gets an idea, it's like, bing! It turns on. Oh god, it was a success! Alright then. Well, let me try to explain in general how this works. Let's say I have to retrieve information from a company's database. Alright. First, I do some research on the target, the OS, servers, how the information is stored, all that kind of stuff. There have been a couple of occasions where I had to go in blind, but they're the exception rather than the rule. First, I secure things from my side, and then I start working behind proxies, websites, and through other more vulnerable computers I find along the way. After that, I start testing the networks. I go through the basic protocols, try known exploits, as long as they don't trigger any kind of alarm, and then once I've tested the ground, the fun actually starts. I go through all the security protocols and look to bypass them. Sometimes I have to look deeper into the code for the password itself. I see. Then, when I'm finally in, I go and retrieve user privileges. After that, I go and try to become a super user to get what I need. And how do you do that? Well, there are a couple of ways. I can use a pre-made program to hack into an already existing account. I can use info somebody already gave me. But the usual way is by using a buffer overflow. What happens next? What happens next? I create a backdoor in the system before leaving and then covering my tracks. I can't handle it anymore! Alma, hack me! Hack me like you've never hacked anything before! Huh? Make my buffer overflow. Create a backdoor in me. Escalate your user privileges. Find flaws in my security. Sorry, I got carried away. No shit, what happened? Have you seen those movies or books where a couple does something like paint a picture or cook, but they make it sound like they're having sex instead? Yeah, it's like in Ghost. Suggestive scenes, yeah. Well, that whole thing was kind of like that for me. Really? I guess humans don't really get it because their minds don't upload to networks or anything like that, but trust me, if you recorded yourself giving me a really detailed explanation in a really sexy voice, you'd make millions. Horny Lillim are an unexploited market. I mean, you're being a sex worker, so part of me thinks that it's not really as unexploited as you're saying. It seems like you're in that market. Well, it looks like my ride is here. Your ride? Yep, my brother-in-law came to look for me. Is it alright to ask that from him? It's okay, I've known him since preschool. Just so happened that he got married to my sister. Hey, Dorothy, you need a ride? Can you drop me by 3rd Street? Sure, it's on the way. Yay, I'll take your offer then. Bye, honey. Later, Jill. Take care. The street seems noisy. Ooh, a client. Hello, welcome to Valhalla. What can I get? Such a small yet comfortable place. Truly an oasis of spiritual drinks in the midst of a suburban desert. A place where lost and corrupt souls can gather to forget their troubles for a while. A nest where everyone from the vile pathetic scum to the vilest trash, or the pathetic scum to the vilest trash junkie can sit and kill their insides. I feel like I just stumbled onto some 14-year-old's U-journal. Truly a real persona non grata. That's Latin for mysterious place, by the way. I'm so smart and philosophical. If you have to tell people you're smart and philosophical, I'm pretty sure you aren't. And that's not what persona non grata means. Alright, we got ourselves a persona non grata here. What will you have then? 17. Excuse me? I said 17. 7 plus teen. What does that mean? What does it mean to you? Just to be sure, 17 is about the drink you want, right? Only if you want it to be. Ugh. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe it's 17 out of 24? A piano man. Sounds like a good plan to me. I mean, it's possible that it adds up to 17, but that would require optional karmatrine. And that might get a little bit heavy-handed. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the piano man. Piano man seems like it's the one that we want to do here. I don't know. I don't like these cryptic ones. On the rocks and mix. Piano man. How is this a 17? It isn't. You said 17 would only be related to your drink if I thought it was. And I think it isn't. Ooh, you subverted my expectations by taking me literally. Sneaky. And what brings you in here, Mr. Armandio? Virgilio Armandio. See, I introduced myself using the Asian order because that's a lot more polite. Right. and I came here looking for an otherworldly experience. I was passing by and saw this place is called Valhalla. I wanted to see the souls of resting warriors, the wounded spirits of noble souls, the golden hall full of never-ending banquets and lively Valkyries looking over them. We have some arcade machines in the corner. No, you're taking me too literally. You see, I'm being poetic. I'm giving a mystical air to a mundane affair. I wanted to see drunk people. I wanted to see waitresses and food. I wanted to see the bar in all of its decadent glory. Well, you're out of luck, man. Today's been quite the slow day. Not that I'm very surprised given how things have been going in the streets. Humans are a nasty bunch. That much is true. Making a ruckus, coming at each other, but that's what's to be expected from the only mammal to kill its own. I'm not a zoologist, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case. Oh yeah? Then give me an example, not zoologist bartender. Like I said, I don't know exact details, I just know that it isn't right. If memory serves me correctly, once a lion takes over a pride, every cub born from another lion is killed, or something. Takes over a pride. You can't take over pride. Pride isn't a tangible thing. God, you're pretentious. You need to stop making things up, not zoologist bartender. But going back on topic, do you know what the number 17 means? It's the atomic number of chlorine? No, and Chloe isn't a name. Or Chloe is a name, not a number, you know. The group where halogens are in the periodic table. Stop making up words like halogens, periodic, and table. Alright then, I give up. 17 is us. Huh? Every human has 17 pairs of chromosomes. That number is the whole foundation of you. And did you have to rehearse this speech before you came into the bar? Like, I can just picture your ass standing in front of a mirror, just farting and just whiffing it all out. And then coming in here to give me this speech. It's 23. What is? Humans have 23 pairs of chromosomes, not 17. Well, they're both primal numbers, so it's the same idea. Ugh, primal. You want anything else? I'd like a single plum floating in perfume served in a man's hat. Alright. We can give him the literal thing that he wants. There you go. You didn't. Wait. You did. Enjoy. I'll drink this perfume. You don't really have to. Yeah, that'd be silly. You win this round, bartender. Hey, bartender, have you thought about death? How? Well, like, what if we're already dead? Both of us. What? Well, what tells you that I even existed before I entered that door? How can you assure me that this reality is real and that we're not, in fact, in heaven or hell all along? What if everything up to this point is just some stupid story written by an unemployed 20-something in his room? I could punch you and make you feel reality. I don't care about any of that, actually. This reality's real for me, and that's all that matters. That's such a closed-minded way of seeing things. You need to get away from factual facts. Open your mind to things beyond your reach. So fiction? You'll never reach enlightenment if you don't start... Whew! The habanera started. It means the twilight of the gods in German, by the way. Well, you're on your own, bartender. Enjoy the New World Order. Alright, Deepak. I'll see you later. What? A couple of nearby cars exploded, it seems. Oh, hell. Let me take a look out the window. Be careful. I see lots of flashes in the distance, most likely gunshots. Hey, Jill, come here for a second. What? About 5 gigabytes of reports proving that several White Knight squads have been used to cover. Illegal actions were released to the public by an unknown anarchist group. We're receiving reports of several units going rogue and using their weapons to hunt down anyone they find on the street. Several counterterrorism forces from neighboring cities have been dispatched in order to subdue the crazed units after a plea from the vice president. We're still waiting for a declaration from Zaibatsu Corp's CEO on the subject, but until then, things are ugly in and outside of the bank, it seems. I'd recommend you stay here tonight. It's too dangerous to even think about going outside. What if they break in? They won't. Even then, the bar has quite the security system, and I'll be here protecting you. Added bonus. Yeah, I guess I'll stay tonight. I'll get you the spare mattress I have. You mind sleeping in my office? Nah, I guess that's fine. Good. Alright. Let's hope everything gets solved by morning. I'll have Zankantao on hand, just in case. The metal bat with the nails? Hey, there's nothing it can't bash. Say, Gil and 4. Hope everything's better by tomorrow. My friend's got one called the Whomper. Oh, 2 mistakes. I wonder what I messed up. Interesting. Huh. I kind of wish it told you what you messed up. Like, I talked about that before. Like, I kind of wish it told you which customer and, like, what you messed up. It didn't tell you, like, what the solution was, but it would just trigger which event you had screwed up. Ah, well, 2 mistakes today. What are you going to do? We're out of time. My name is Splattercat. I will see you all in the next episode. Bye, everybody.